All right, we're here live at WYXR, Jared J.B. Boyd, here at Court Square Recordings with a legend of this region, Mr. Blind Mississippi Morris. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Fantastic, yes. Fantastic. Just finishing up a gig, and we appreciate you being here with us to help commemorate this series of fine music from this region. And you are truly a pioneer in this region. And you know, you're from Clarksdale. Can you tell me a bit about your upbringing down in the Delta?
Oh yeah, Clarksdale. I was born in my uncle's house over on Short Adams. His name was Robert Diggs. And he was one of the Mississippi Sheiks, the old jug band era. And I learned a lot just by hearing, you know, them play, you know, for different occasions like 4th of July and different ones' birthday they celebrate and things of that sort. And, you know, it was a rural area. Wasn't too much you could do, you know, in the country but work. But as a kid, I didn't have to worry about that, you know. My basic thing was trying to get out and go to school. And school for me was up in Jackson, Mississippi, because they didn't have schools that would teach blind and deaf and, you know, kids with other issues. They didn't have them locally. So you had to go basically to the capital, like Jackson, Mississippi, and that's where I went to school, and I got to come home like twice a year, basically. Yeah.
I'm sure that was tough being away from your family during those periods of times.
Yeah, I thought it was horrible, but I thank them for it now.
Yeah. What were some of your favorite things that you loved about being a young boy in the Delta?
Well, you know, the freedom you have, you know, in the Delta, that, you know, you didn't have to worry about people, you know, being so terrible like they are now, because all the neighbors watched out for the kids. You know, your parents could be gone to shop or gone to do whatever, but those neighbors going to watch out of you, you know, and whatever you did, they going to get you and your parents going to get you too. So either way it go, if they kids ate, you going to eat, you know. So it was that love and that bond down there that we don't have today.
Aside from your family, what are some of your earliest memories of music?
Oh, wow, man. I liked it. The Muddy Waters, the Howlin' Wolves, you know, just basic blues, B.B. King, you know, Jimmy Reed. I mean, you can go on and on. You know, when I started listening to music, it became a part of me somehow. You know, by me being blind, I lost my sight at 4 1/2. And, you know, you have to find something that you can hold on to, that you feel that a part of you, that you can make a part of you. You feel it so much that you want to become that, you know. And that's what led me to be a musician, you know. I always wanted to play, and I didn't always have a opportunity to do so, you know, until I got in school. And when I got in school, I started playing the brass, and I played that, you know, the trumpet and stuff like that, all the brass instruments.
What led you to the harp?
Well, my auntie was a great harp player. My uncle was too. Both of them, they could play all kind of stuff, accordions, because they was all from Louisiana, Shreveport, and they had that Cajun thing down, you know. But you know, looked like to me they wanted to find out did I have it, because they didn't really put no stock in teaching me how to play a harmonica or none of that. You know, I used to get jealous because they let my brothers and them, they was older, play with the guitars, harmonica, and they jump around and act a clown and all that kind of crap. But I was a little kid really wanting to know, you know, how to play. But they never had time to teach me. But then as I become a teenager, my aunt, she blessed me with her amplifier that she used to play with the Mississippi Sheiks as well. And she gave me a harmonica and a chromatic, and I got that in the museum in West Point, Mississippi. Yeah.
And you're related to Willie Dixon as well, is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Do you have any memory of him?
Just, I learned about him in the 80s, you know. They had been telling me about him, but I never got to meet him till then. Yeah, and that's when he came here with Mr. Joe Sabrin and all.
And he worked with Memphis Slim as well. Right?
Yeah, he came in with Mr. Joe, and he was passing out instruments because that's what he did with the Blues Heaven in Chicago. Yeah, that's the only time. And he promised to, help me with my career. And right after that, he passed away.
Wow.
So I just kept chugging along. That's basically it, man. You have to keep going. Yeah.
How did you acquire your own repertoire, and how did it evolve from that jug band style that you grew up hearing from your family?
Well, the jug, man, was a little too heavy for me, you know what I'm saying, as a kid to play that jug, so that wasn't an interest for me right there. I learned to play the juice harp, That's the thing you put between your teeth and pluck to make the boing, bing, bang sound.
Right.
Yeah, but that wasn't it, Then I heard my auntie play, man, sit down and really play some of that Sonny Boy stuff. Man, she blowed my mind, Man, I was hooked. And her name was Mary Diggs. And she later married a Tanner, Beb Tanner. And, man, that lady could play a harp. She could make a chromatic sound like a Hammond B3. She was bad to the bone. And I said, if I could play a third of this, I'd be all right, But you have to find your own way on an instrument. You got to find you within that instrument. And I got this harmonica, and it became my pal. You just don't know how many times I got to sit out in the cold trying to learn to play, right? The other kids want to watch TV. They had the little round screen TV you watch, That was a long time ago, when that thing looked like it was looking back at you, But they sit me out on the porch with my overcoat on, man. I used to be so mad. I said, I hate I left school, to come back to this place. But I had my harp trying to play, and it's sticking to my mouth. It's so cold outdoors.
Wow.
Yeah. But I learned to play, And a lot of them regretted it, because they couldn't play, And when I come out, they got a chance to come to see some of the shows at the school and got a chance to see me actually perform. It blowed their mind. Yeah.
Do you remember a point when it clicked for you that you knew that you had that special thing that your aunt and your uncle were looking for when you mentioned they weren't sure that you had it or that you'd be ready? Do you remember a point where you knew for sure that it was your time to shine?
Oh yeah, this was back in the 80s, so when I knew everything was good, really solid. This was back in the early 80s. My aunt came out. At that time she was living in an assisted living place. She had, she used to play with the Harps and Melody gospel group as well. But she heard me play, and she made me feel so good. She said, boy, you got it now. You got it now. I said, oh, boy, when I hear her, man, God, it make tears come to my eyes, man. That was the best thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
And every time I play, I hear her. Every time I play.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that memory with me.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite people that you've played with through the years?
Oh, my God, man. From the Stones from Bobby Bland to B.B. King to... Oh, Jesus, so many, man. Muddy Waters, his son. Oh man, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've traveled because of this.
Yeah.
I played the presidential yacht.
Wow.
When all the delegates was only doing the President Clinton. I sat in JFK seat. I felt so important, I looked at it. I said, look at what this got me.
Yeah.
I went over with the council to the Philippines with Mr. Lowry and Marin Lowry. He just passed away. All of them, man. And I played for the ambassador over there. I said, Annie, one more time.
From that young man on that porch.
Yeah.
With the harp sticking to your lips.
Yeah.
And that freezing cold.
Yeah.
Across
one
the
more
world.
time.
Yeah. I know she's amazingly proud of you.
Oh, yeah. She was proud. When she heard me, she was proud. She know I can feed myself now. I can pay my bills now. I ain't got to work in no sweatshop unless I want to, you know.
Yeah.
And it's been good to me. Oh, my God. It's been so good to me, better than I could have been to myself, you know. Music never lied to me, never cheated, you know. But it always been there for me. I could count on it, you know.
Yeah.
Been the best friend I ever had other than God. Yeah.
Considering all you've done in your career to this point, is there anything left that you want to do, that you want to accomplish?
Man, if I could, you know, see the world come together in love and peace instead of violence and murder and dying, and just come together. You know, we all in this world together, and ain't nobody getting out alive. And I see the fact that, you know, the politicians, Democrat, Republican, you're working for the same country. Why can't you work together? You know, why can't you become one and make it work for everybody? You're working for the people, and it's a lot of us still suffering right here, still suffering in our own country. And look like to me, they give more money on the other side of the world than they putting in their own country to make their country better. If I could see that, you know, I'd be all right. Because I've done everything else, from movies to everything, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Can you tell me a bit about the songs that you plan to play for us today?
Well, one of my favorite artists, B.B. King, a little song called Sweet Little Angel. We'll do that. And we got one, I want to say it was Lightning Slim. It's about a woman that drank a lot of wine, you know.
I met a few of those in my day.
Oh, yeah, they love that wine, and they get cuckoo as a clock, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, can I ask you, you know, transforming, or rather translating your repertoire from stage to studio, how do you go about approaching a record and making a record and bringing your experience that people get in the club or in the juke joint to a record?
Well, here's the thing right here. You got to be focused, and you got to know what you're singing about. And you got to figure out how you're putting it in that little space that you have. And you got to have some good engineers and some good producers right there. I had the pleasure of working with people like Brad Webb and Tony Adams, and oh man, those cats, man, it's just something else, you know. It's a whole different experience. I got a chance to work with Mr. Roland James over at the Sun Studio, where I recorded the first album over there. Yeah, it was on the label of Mr. Johnny Phillips, called Ice House.
Yes. Well, with your career and your leadership in the realm of blues, what's your outlook for the future in the genre as you pass on the torch?
Well, me and a lot of more artists, that seniors in the business, we try to pass it on to the young kids. And every time we have a show, we invite people to come up, you know, the younger generation, and feel it with the band, not sitting you out there by yourself. We let you know we ain't no different than you, but we have a lot more than you know to sing about. But you're going to be able to sing the blues in your area, what your experience is with the blues, because everybody going to have them ups and downs. And whether you be able to put it into a song or words or a poem or whatever you can do with it, you might want to tell the world about it, how you overcome it or how you still dealing with it, you know. And we try to teach them that side of it.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Blind, Mississippi Morris, has been quite the honor to sit with you, and I'm excited to experience your playing up close in this very intimate space, and we really, really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.